going, everybody? It is October 2nd, 2024. My name is Kenny Kamz, and this is The Black Show. What's good, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. I want to say thoughts and prayers and everything goes out to the people on the East Coast and like what's going on in the Middle East and everywhere, man. There's a lot of chaos going on in the world, and I started to see some of it manifest in people's real life, and I separate. Um, but today's topic is I don't even know how I'm gonna approach this, but I'm gonna try to approach it the best way I can. It's in my life I've had consistently. This is a conversation I was having with my sister this morning, or her night, my morning. She's in a different country, but most of my life I've had people put like project their intentions on me, or tell me what my intentions are, and it's one of the most frustrating things in the world. And recently, over this last year and a half, 2 years specifically, if I see people do that, I stop talking to them. I stop. Like we live in a world where everybody is on the get, or everybody's trying to get people and all that. And the people that are genuinely like not like that get labeled that, and the people that are like that get put in the category of like, oh no, they just made a mistake. But what I realized is people that don't that have negative opinions of you for whatever reason, it could be nothing you did. Like a lot of the situations, I know people will get on here and be like, "Oh, this nigga get to it with a lot of rappers in Milwaukee," or like, "Don't." It's because for me, I don't care about what status you have. I don't care about what you have. I don't care about material stuff like that. And the way I live my life kind of shows, fam. Like but character, integrity, like all that, that's what matters to me. That's it. So when you approach life that way, or when I've approached life that way, I'm gonna start speaking from the first person on this. When I approach life that way, man, I'm just gonna give a rundown of some like I switch jobs a lot, and I'm a not a lot, but more than the average, and it's usually going to get another job, right? So let's talk about some shit, Ken. I'm gonna actually talk about some shit for real, y'all. So I had a group of friends, right? All throughout college. I don't talk to them no more. Why? What I realized is the perception of the people around you also affects your reality. Because especially if you're actively engaging in that, or actively want to be a part of that, whoever's shaping that perception. So to the people that I went to college with, right? So when I went to college, I traveled as a freshman on football, got a little bit of playing time, not a whole lot. Made plays at practice and all of that, and I was set up to be like probably the next starting corner for that next year. Um, and then my defensive coordinator left. Went to a different dude that I was real close with left. And I didn't really have no coaches on the team like that I was cool with like that. That really actually like spent time with me, or like, and I wanted to quit. I was gonna transfer sophomore year to transfer to Pace, New York University, and just go straight and do art. Like that's what I was gonna do. And one of my coaches talked me out of it. Um, the black coach there talked me out of it. Um, and then I was like, well, can I come play on your side of the ball? Because I could, and realistically, my athleticism out of high school, I could have played wherever I wanted to. My only limitation was my height. That's it. Um, well, let me come play receiver for you. Dogging all of the freshman DBs. And this is the reason why all the freshman DBs still. I only played like 1 or 2 years with them, and they still fuck with me because they remember that sophomore year where I was dogging them, where I had to get moved over back over to varsity because I would score a touchdown every time I touched the ball. It's people around you. It was people around me there, and there's one person specifically, even from like the end of high school, because I met this cat later in our area. He didn't grow up with us. I met him later in our AAU days, and I realized it's one thing. Like, so I was, and this story's all gonna meld together, y'all. This is giving greater context. I so in AAU, my number was 24, right? I had 24. I had three for a little bit, and then we switched jerseys. I played with DW Wildcats. And we had this new kid come from King, right? He played with one of the other dudes that we played with. That I realized the other dude despised me my whole life too. Like, and I'm gonna get into all of this shit today. So this is gonna be a longer episode. This dude like purposely came and took my number. And so I me being me, I was like, man, I'm playing baseball too. I'll go to 25. But I should have saw that something there. I should have saw what that was. Because there wasn't no reason for that. That wasn't even homie number. So what I realized, and it was as a comment his brother made when we was working out in high school, right? It was graduating from high school. We was at Riverside. I would bring them niggas to come work out at Riverside. Like, hey, yo, let's go work out, let's go run, let's go do this stuff. We graduated. And his brother was in there, and his brother's a Riverside legend. And his brother said, like, you better be worried about Kenny taking your spot. And it's some insecurity that them two niggas got with each other that's weird too, bro. Like, I ain't got no brothers, bro. I wish I had a brother. I wish I did. Like, I don't have none. It's just been me dolo. So like it's just a weird situation with that. But I get it now from the older brother side a little bit more. I realized this person followed me to point. Like, it wasn't no reason for dog to go there. But it's a thing that like that I've seen from multiple. And I'll go back to the other person that I grew up with, went to K5 to 8th grade with. This dude would go behind and try to date all the girls that I talked to behind me. And I'm like, only reason for that is just being weird and trying to get information about me. And that's my thing. I'm like, why do this is the reason why I started the podcast. I'm like, well, if everybody gonna talk about me behind my back, why not? I'll just talk about it. I don't have nothing to like hide, so I'll just talk about it. And what I realize is a reoccurring theme in my life that I get annoyed with. And people ask why now I don't like I'll put my music stuff out, but my personal life I don't tell nobody about because like even in around me because I'm like, bro, every time I've told my personal life to somebody, it's been taken advantage of. Ex girlfriend slander my fucking name throughout the city for no reason. Like you can't just have a normal breakup. I don't want to be with you. I don't like your personality. I don't care for your character. I can't just not like I have to do this or I'm gonna get slandered or like even kicking it with that old crew, bro. Like I'm like, why are y'all concerned with anything I'm doing? Because when I was kicking it with y'all wasn't concerned with nothing I'm doing, and that does go to all of this. Like it amazes me how it still amazes people that I'm able to do this shit. When, but it actually, I'll say it doesn't amaze me that much because like I've developed and like honed these skills for like 7 years with people on the internet like Marv and like Dex and like Jacob, like all of them cats, and have had conversations like I don't want millions of followers. I just want to be able to sustain my life doing what I want to do. And everybody puts this like again, it's projection on you that like, oh, he wanted like, bro, you don't know. And the thing I was talking to my sister about today, I was like, nobody's ever asked me about myself. I had to do a whole podcast to like actually give my opinion on stuff because like in my real life, if I give my opinion, it's always foreshadowed with also ulterior motive, just because I'm genuine and authentic. Like I me, this is me all the time, and in my professional life, it shows. Cause with the job switching thing, like people are like, oh, he got like I was getting promoted every single time. I was at Stevens Point for a semester, and in that semester, I had several high level. I'm not gonna say the names because I don't want to disrespect my supervisor. To say you should probably be the director of this program, of the whole program. Had the kids say that to me, like, yeah, why aren't you associate director? Then I got offered the associate director job. Why didn't I take it? Because I already knew what it was. It was a leverage thing to keep me here and keep me underpaid and keep me in a spot underneath somebody that I love to death. But like, let's be honest, like, and I always get that. Like at my at last job, and I love them girls, man. Like I truly at my last position, the last one I was at before I left to start to actually do this full time. Um, I love all them girls. Them like my little sisters, but like dealing with so many, like a promotion came up there where my supervisor was like, "You should apply for this." And I'm sitting looking at the scenario. I'm like, man, I could apply for it, but you know what it's gonna do? I'm gonna get so much hate from these girls for doing that because y'all hyped up my name of coming back. Like I'm like, why? It's frustrating and annoying. And then when I actually, I'm like, oh, okay, so y'all care about what I got going on, right? Everybody, like people talking about me, not everybody, because I don't want to seem from like but specific groups. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so they're gonna talk about me. Like, I make some music, I do some stuff. Nothing from them, nothing. Like I'm like, so it's not about being interested in me. It's about wanting to see me fail at stuff. And that's such a weird way to look. And I'm like, does anybody else experience? I cannot be the only person experiencing that. I cannot be the outlier in this. Like, I wonder if people don't see it or something, or maybe I am the outlier in this, but it's one of the most confusing things in the world because it's been a habitual thing. Like, when I say I don't bother nobody, I know on the internet it look like, oh, he probably be, I see you getting stuff. Y'all, I truly, the people with my phone, I'm gonna show you how much I don't bother nobody. In my phone, from my text messages, these are my text messages. I have Mom, Cell, Danielle, and Caritha. That's my group chat with my older sisters. Byron, who's one of my young dogs. John Giddings, who I do the podcast with. Matt Fuller, who is my like cousin, like my best friend. Justin Shumpert, who's my little cousin. Lindsay, who's one of my young dogs in MMA. We was talking about some MMA stuff. Wayne Lewis, Kenretha Harris, Danielle Jones. And then my niece is on there. And then Put is on there. And that was on August 26th. I don't bother nobody. I don't mess with nobody. I literally just do my work and mind my business. And I get flack like I'm out in these streets, and I think people get like that because I'm not out in these clubs. I'm when I say like I don't like this shit, I'm not condemning you because you do it. Like people don't like to read others like read white papers. I do. I don't look at you saying like I don't like reading white papers is like, oh, me reading white papers is a bad thing. Like even I had to explain this to one of my teaching homies. Like I'm like, bro, when I'm talking about the teacher, when I'm talking about NPS, I'm not talking about the teachers and the educators and like I'm not. That's obvious that I'm not. Like y'all don't make decisions. Y'all are dictated stuff. That's how it works in that system. And even me saying that, someone will take us, oh, I make this. No, you don't. Like it's frustrating, y'all. It's frustrating. And I don't like getting on here like fussing at black people all day. I wish I could talk about like pop culture stuff and stuff like that. But this stuff really bothers me, dog, because I'm like, fam, I cannot be the only person that's going through this shit. Like I can be honest, y'all. Like I said, money and shit don't matter too much to me. That situation with the studio, when that happened on what, like a week ago, or Friday, last week Friday? It's gone now. That's gone from my brain. Like I don't care about that situation and people no more. Like I wish that nigga would pay me my rent that I paid for October back. But whatever. It's not that much money. Like, and I get this stigma again. I get this stigma like, oh, he just be. I'm like, fam, I really don't be bothered by shit. But if I see something, I'm gonna say something because that's what y'all told me to do. I'm just doing like the stuff that I be doing is what the stuff that y'all preach that people should do. And then when y'all see somebody actually doing it, it's like, oh, what's his problem? Like, it's a weird, like jealous, like ugly world, dog. It is. And I'm probably one of the most optimistic people in the world in real life. That sounded very Trumpish. I'm very optimistic in real life. Like almost too optimistic to where some jobs be like, bro, you gotta like chill out on the happy, like chill out on the smiling and the help. Like at point, my homegirl Marie said it all the time. Like we both had ADHD, and Maria would be like, dog, I know they annoy this shit with us right now because we had energy. Like, and because I got good energy, that's a negative. I can only have good energy when people want me to have good energy. Like it's weird how people operate, dog. And I realize I'm not the weird one in that. Like y'all make all of these interactions and shit so difficult because y'all are afraid to express your actual opinions and like feelings on stuff like that. And because I'm not afraid to do that, I'm like a difficult or odd. Man, y'all. That's why I say, man. I had a so before I started dating my ex, right? So this ain't no new feeling for me. I'm like, I've been like this, nigga. Before I started dating my ex, I had to go. I'm like, man, I'm about to get a farm. I'm gonna build a basketball court on there so I can hoop when I want to, a little weight room, studio, just do my shit like that. Like I'm even like I said on the dating side, and even on a personal relationship side to me, bro. Like if I don't care to talk to nobody, but outside of the people I talk to, I just mentioned all the people I just mentioned, family members, man, I love the shit out of them. Friends, I love the shit out of them. I don't care. Like I'm over all the fakeness. I'm over it. I'm over all the fakeness. Completely over it. And like my over is a little bit different than some people's over. I'm noticing where like, nah, like when I say something, that's what it is. For me, you can move however you want. But for me, that's what it is. And like I'm not gonna be like I feel people trying to manipulate me. I feel it and I see it, and then like I said, I get disrespected by that. I'm not mad. I'm disrespected. Like you, because you don't have to do that with me. Like, but like I said, even with the dating side, dog, like I'm good on it, bro. All the stuff I'm building and I'm working on. Like, what's the point of having a woman come in here and just destroy this shit? Because that's 99.9% what's gonna happen, or at least from my experience in life, that's what's gonna happen. Like, it's super frustrating, y'all. So this episode definitely more of a vent session, but I wasn't gonna do no episode. I didn't do no episode yesterday because I made a bunch of music. Now the music side, whatever them niggas pissed off, whatever part of my psyche that them niggas pissed off, I appreciate it, my niggas. I appreciate y'all. The studio, nigga, all of y'all niggas. I appreciate y'all because whatever happened, it turned my songwriting and my everything up to a level. The songs, I don't even know what they roll up and wait a minute, y'all. I made and wrote those in like 2 hours, like just yesterday morning. Like my sister, we was talking. She was on her way to work or way home from work. So they time is night. So the days is reversed from where they at. So she's on her way home from work and it's in the morning. And I had sent her the beat just so she could hear it. She's like, "Oh, this is super dope." And then like 2 hours, I sent her the song fully mixed. She was like, "What?" Like, yeah. I'll say this in the song. Wait a minute. I originally wrote that for JP. I don't think he gonna take it, so I'm gonna put it out. But it was to his vibe. Hopefully, I get him on the remix for it. I sent it to their management to see if I get him on a remix for it, or see how much is I hope his feature price. I want his feature price to be something gaudy too. I want it to be something gaudy, just because I'm proud of that kid, man. And yeah, let me know what I'm not gonna cancel. I'm not gonna slow it down on or end it on a negative note, y'all, at all. Real talk. It's so much dope shit. Like I've cut back on editing, like for other people, really, and I started to focus on my stuff. That's why you see that the level of the production level has risen because of that. But it's really because of this. I've spent most of my life focusing my energy on other individuals, and it has helped to make a lot of people around me successful. I needed to see that. Especially I need to see some people be really, really, really successful, right? And for very different reasons. So I had a teammate that I played high school with that I don't talk to anymore. I don't talk to dogs. He just don't do nothing for the community like, at all, bro. And if he does now, cool. I'm happy, bro. I'm glad you're doing it. Even if it's out of spite of me calling you out on it, if it gets done and we no longer friends, I'm okay with that. But I saw people be successful and not give a fuck about people. And I'm not saying like your friend, I'm talking about like kids and like that's why I'm so big on like I learn these skills so that I can go teach, not to so I can just profit off of them. So like, it's a couple kids now from Riverside that I'm working with. That's producers, that's rappers. Talking to some people over at MSC to try to get in their building with their studio to teach their kids how to record properly and how to structure everything, how to structure their sessions, to give them a foundation to how to do it. Then they can go do their art. Like, um, but I need to see that because what I realized is you have to be careful who you push and who you platform because I'm one where like if you in my bubble and you doing something, I'm gonna promote you. You ain't even gotta be in my bubble. You could be an extended part of the bubble, and I'm still gonna promote you. If I see your shit, I'm gonna repost it. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna share it. I notice everybody don't do that, and the reason why is because they're afraid of competition, and they're afraid that like, oh, they think that attention currency is like monetary currency, where it's not enough to go around, and that may be true. Whatever. I don't believe that though. But the people that think like that, they don't want anyone else to win. They want to be, it's an ego thing of they want to be the one, they were special. They think they're special. See, the thing is with me that's different. I don't think I'm special. I actually know I'm not, because I grew up and actually was around special people athletically for the most part, but special people my whole life. And even as a kid, I knew they were special. Like, I, this is why I said they call me like common sense when I played baseball as a kid. Like, I was a little league all-star. Baseball is my best sport, right? And I played college football and I could hoop a little bit. I can't hoop that good, but I can hoop a little bit. I used to be able to hoop real good, but basketball one of the ones, if you ain't doing it, you get trash. But I was an all-state football player, and baseball was by far my best sport. Um, and because baseball is a thinking sport, and baseball, you have to actually be able to understand context of situations. In football, sometimes you do certain positions doing football, but not everybody. That's why I was a quarterback. That's why, like, so I knew what people's talents were, and I also was very self aware of where I lacked. So I had a conversation on the podcast that I used to do, right? And HD, it ain't no issue with you, bro. If you watching this, you knew dude for way too long, bro. And I'm a person that like once I see something like that, I don't trust nobody associated with dog. So it ain't nothing personal, man. It's still love, bro. But I'm separated from that situation. As you get it. But um, shit, I forgot where I was going with that shit. Oh no, with baseball. So I or no with the sports stuff. So like I know I can understand where I lack at, right? And me lacking is not a negative thing to me. It's saying like, okay, I'm the point guard. I'm gonna bring the ball down court. Like, oh no, I was talking about so with HD in that podcast we was talking about. I was like, I played Warren with some of the best players in Milwaukee history. I played because you've been once you if you start playing in Milwaukee and you in certain circles, certain like coaches, you get to play around the best players. So I was on teams with a lot of really good people, and I knew if I shot the ball 25 times we was gonna lose, but I knew if I could come down court, pull this guy in, and he shoots the ball 25 times, we probably gonna win about 40 because he gonna make a lot more of them than I'm gonna make because I wasn't that strong a shooter as a kid. I wasn't that strong a shooter, so I got the Riverside to be honest. But like that's something that I've always had, and it's almost been to a fault of like where I should have advocated for myself more to be the starting quarterback at Riverside our senior year. I should have. I should have made a more fuss about it, but I'm like, well, it's for the team. I'll play corner, and I was getting like praise and love at corner and like newspapers up at corner. So I'm like, but for the best of the team, I probably should have been the quarterback. And it wasn't because our quarterback was a bad. We just had very different relationships with the guys on the team. The guys played a little bit different for me than they would have for him. And that could be off the field personality stuff like that, but it is what it is. And I've always been a pretty good judge of that. That's why I was a good coach. Of like, no, I remember at Riverside, me and Wags talking about who should play quarterback. This is Kelly and them senior year. And we had a baseball player that was he was pretty solid, had a pretty good arm. Good kid too. Good kid. Love dog. I think he ended up playing baseball somewhere too. But and then we had OJ. And I was like, Wags, OJ's our quarterback. He's like, why? I was like, cause one, OJ is friends with everybody here. It's a lot of guys on this offense that don't care for Max as a person. Just keep it a buck. And I should have said the names, but my guys know. Like, I'm like, a lot of them don't like him. And for whatever reason, it could be school stuff, it could be girl. But I'm like, but for the team wise, like everybody cool with dog. He can do everything we need to do, and he's probably one of our better athletes. Just put him at quarterback. I could teach him what he need to know. And I think he ended up being a first team all conference quarterback in a season where he had some very traumatic shit happen, where like really, really traumatic, like the most traumatic shit happened for him. So like it's but then you get on the other half of that. And that's why I say I need to see success. So that's why I was staying on too. I know the ADHD, y'all, but it's story time. So y'all could just hang out for the story time. Um, so I've seen one side of that. And I wanted to finish this point just so I can make sure I made it. I don't know how I got on that tangent about the high school football, but I know I was talking about my judging the talent or whatever, or like seeing people's skills. But I want to make sure I finish this. And then make sure I finish this point about seeing success in person. That I've seen a lot of success and I've been a part of a lot of success. And then seeing kids like JP, whereas me and JP didn't have a closest relationship, but a lot of the situations that it was a major situation that we helped in point and chop it. But I seen JP actually work hard. He actually wants this. He was hooping in school, hoping music would work. And I admire that. You know what I mean? And it did. And once it did, he went full go. Y'all saw that first 3 months. He was on the road nonstop, still in school, still like so that's the part where like I seen it, but also I see JP at Washington Park hugging and talking to kids and like because he's a good person. And I've seen a good person make it and a shitty person make it to the biggest, the highest levels where you see him on TV, all that shit. And the JP way is a whole lot better. To just be a good person, be kind to people, remember where you came from. You don't owe nobody nothing, but you are an inspiration to these people. So why don't you go back and show your face? That's why I'm always at Riverside events. That's why me and Cece was just talking. The head coach was just talking the other day about this. I'm like, he was asking me what was the difference between the 1-8 team and then the team that we graduated with. And the thing that I said to him, I was like, Cece, bro, Wags was really good about making us feel like we were that was our team. That's why I still talk about Riverside today is like my team. That's why I went back and coached. That's why I work with a bunch of the players from there. And I'm like, that's the part that makes something special when everybody's bought in and and you can have different levels of buy-in, but everybody understands the mission. I'm like, you gotta develop your mission, bro. Once you develop your mission and what we do, like Wags, and Wags can correct me on this, but Wags' mission was, yeah, I want to win football games, but the real thing I'm doing here, and this is why he's a Hall of Fame coach in Wisconsin now. Congratulations, Wags. Is because Wags was more, and I learned this more coaching with him than playing for him, and being like a friend as an adult. Like we became friends, so we are friends. So, and I know I missed on lunch, Wags. You see, I got shit going everywhere, but developing good human beings. And most of the kids that bought into that as kids in football at Riverside, I'm interacting now. Yeah, all of us got our things. We got our ticks. We got our stuff. You know what I mean? But it's a genuine, authentic, just a solid dude. And that's what that taught us. And you only get that from actually investing and being fully invested in what you in. And I think I'm gonna wrap it up here so I ain't rambling too much, y'all. But I appreciate y'all listening because this was frustrating. I didn't want to do an episode this morning, y'all. I didn't want to do an episode because I was just frustrated about some other stuff, but some personal stuff. But buy in, man, and that's I get villainized a lot because I fully buy in. When I'm in something and we doing something, I don't half-ass it. But that's also why I've been able to be a college football coach in nonprofit management, and I'm the youngest person and the only black man around. That's why I've been able to go to a university and within a year get promoted to a promotion of people that have been wanting that shit for 7-8 years, and I walk in and get it. And it's not because I'm special. It's because I give a damn. Whatever I'm doing, I give a damn about. I care. And if people want to get mad at me or not even mad at me, people want to project negative opinions on me for caring, I'm cool with it. I'm no longer justifying the way I move to anybody. I'm no longer like pitter-pattering around shit. It started a couple months ago, but it's increased more now because I've noticed when I got more success, and they always say but like the people that got success, they'll be like, man, fuck all them people, are people that didn't do nothing for nobody. But what I see is it's just people pick favorites because I see people show love to people that talk shitty about them, that don't do anything for them, that don't give a damn about them, and they treat them as gods. But the people on the ground that's actually really helping you and trying to get better and trying to make you better and trying to make this stuff work better, you get villainized. So what I realized is, and I'm not religious, but this is from the Bible. I've come to the conclusion that like the Bible is a cyclical story that happens over and over and over. The Bible is the manual to the game that we play. If you play video games, it's like when you go to GameStop and you can buy the Assassin's Creed manual, and they won't tell you everything, but they tell you kind of how the game works. That's what all these books are, right? And in the Bible, it was a time where I think it was Pontius Pilate, which is a crazy name, call him Pontius, but the crazy nickname. He said, "Do y'all want Jesus and Barabbas was both in jail? Barabbas was everything that Jesus claimed that he was, but he was evil, he was lying, manipulative, he was tricking the people, and Jesus was like, I'm not gonna be something I'm not, so that these people like me." And Pontius left it up to the people. Y'all can have Jesus, y'all can have Barabbas, but y'all can't have both of them. And the people pick Barabbas every single time. That's how the game works. So to the people that's moving righteous, that's trying to do better, is trying to improve the world, trying to do all of that stuff, right? Don't let it discourage you. Don't let it discourage you. We almost there. We almost to the tipping point. So just keep going, keep pushing, keep going. Like to the demons out there that's in this whole thing, that's influencing people, that's doing all of that. Y'all got nothing, bro. Y'all laughable. Y'all got nothing. We way too powerful, way too strong. Y'all got nothing, and y'all know it. So, and that message might not get clear to everybody, but like I said, a lot of these messages are directed towards energies, and whatever energy that's y'all trying to push my way negative, get it out of here, because I'm not going to engage in none of it, as I haven't over these last 3 years when people try to do that. So it's Kenny Kamz, y'all. I told y'all it's a lot more to the book than y'all know. I'm gonna start opening up and like doing more of these talks now, so people can get my brain. If you think it's crazy and weird, then just don't watch it. If you enjoy it, take what you take for it. Will resonate with you, y'all. I'm about to stop worrying about anything else. And y'all, I know y'all thought I didn't already, but I was like, I'm good. I'm good. I think what today was for me was like that. Yeah, I don't give a damn no more. So it's Kenny Kamz. The only thing I can't do is smoke on camera. That's more YouTube stuff. I'm gonna still follow the YouTube rules, so they'll take my channel, because yes, this is how I make my money. So, and if you want to support the channel, man, got the Cash App down there. Buy me a cup of coffee or something. You know, I don't like doing shit like that, but it is what it is. So it's Kenny Kamz, y'all. I'm out. Peace. Have a good rest of y'all week. It's my bad for starting off on a negative note, you too, y'all, but I had to get that off. So y'all know how it goes. It's Kenny Kamz, y'all. I'm out.
JP say, girl, shake it for the bros. Let me see you touch your toes. How we dancing, music, playing in the rain. No Diddy, how you feeling like a mush? But I'm really like a pimp named Slickback. You really wanna get that bitch back? Okay. White Bronco like OJ. Girl with all that makeup on, yeah, it's roleplay.
In the bar, listening to Coldplay, we faded. Flowing on the Cali, girl, forgot that we famous. Cheating with his ass off the plane, barely made it. What would it say? Hey, finally.
Talk my shit like, yeah, we get it poppin'. And my boys gon' bomb like Dennis Rodman. It's meal like Harlem, my mates, let's get it rockin'. I say that shit to my face, we got a problem. Shorty, where you going with your fine ass? Might have to rewind that for me. Might have to rewind that for me with your fine ass. Where you going, shorty? Wait a minute. 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 Wait a minute.